So, as far as documenting your own family's history, kind of what we do once we get information documenting a larger family's history, it kind of runs along the same lines. What you want to do is first get stuff, and you can do that in a number of different ways. You go out and talk to family members, bring a recorder along, also photos. You can take photos of people, of places, and documents, anything that you have, what your family may have owned, maps of family land and whatnot.
Yeah, a lot of time people don't realize what they have in the family collective memory until somebody passes away and they have to go in and clean out the house and the attics. And then you discover all sorts of treasures, anything from land grants to personal letters and diaries to really interesting photographs taken from world wars, those that served overseas, family videos. We had a home movie day last November, and some women brought in some of the neatest home movies, and that actually documented the environment in central Louisiana about 50 years ago, which I thought was really interesting. But so the first step to preserving your family history, and this is just a personal suggestion, is to take stock of what exists. Is to go to those family members who have kind of held the memory of the family and preserved it, and see what they've been hoarding away. Most people just think that they've just been keeping everything, and that's a good thing, and we don't want to discourage them from keeping everything, because those are the people that have the best treasures to uncover. So go to those people, ask them what they have, offer to sit with them for a day and go through some portion of what they have squirreled away in a room or the attic or cabinets or wherever else they're hiding their stuff. And look at it and take stock of it. If it's a bunch of paper, then you need to get acid-free boxes. You need to get a flatbed scanner. You need to have some sort of software that you can scan that paper into a program and create electronic files from that. And all this stuff I'll go into later. This is just a broad overview. If you have photographs, you need to take an assessment of what state those photographs are in, and then to better preserve them, you need to go out and purchase some equipment. And again, you'll need some scanning software and a scanner in order to make electronic files of those. We have a slide scanner here. A lot of people were really into slides back in the 80s and stuff. I mean, I remember, did y'all ever have slideshows? My dad was a big fan of the slideshow. And then if you have video, if the older video cameras, you need to look and see if you've got those kind of tapes, and then figure out how you can move that to some sort of digital format. And sometimes if you still have the camera, you can plug it into a computer through either directly into the computer or through some sort of a converter, and you can just put it through. If you have a Macintosh computer, you can use iDVD and some of the other programs that come with the computer. For PCs, I'm not quite certain, but we can certainly help you figure that out if you have questions after we're done. So just take a general stock of what already exists, and then talk to those older family members, those who have tons of stories, who may or may not have shared them over the years, and kind of draw them out and find out what they have to say, how comfortable they are talking about these things. Some of your family members are just going to talk your ear off. You're not going to be able to eat or go to the bathroom or anything, because they're just going to keep talking and talking and talking. And there are other family members that are very hesitant to talk about what their experiences were over the years or certain family stories. So before you actually begin documenting, I encourage you to get those family members that you really want to get stories from comfortable with you talking to them and asking them questions. And I would suggest bringing a notebook and a pen and just writing down those little tidbits that they put out there, so that you can come back to those when you have some recording equipment with you. So from there, you can also get an idea of who else you need to talk to in the family. Who else has other things that you may want to go through and kind of collect together and begin a larger project with. And this is something that, I have a friend who goes and visits her granny every chance she gets. And, you know, she hasn't brought a recorder out there yet, but I bet if she were, her granny would talk her ear off. It's just how it is. They want it. It's a lot of family members that get really excited when they find out that you're interested in what they have to say. And so I thoroughly encourage that. So once you get an idea of what exists and what state it's in, then you can begin the process of setting up your equipment and your method from there. Take what already exists, put it into digital format through the computer, through scanning and things like that, and then begin an active process of collecting new material. And by that, you can take your video camera out, you can take your audio recorder out, you can take your digital camera out to all of your family members' places and document everything from their house, the inside of the house, to the landscape, to the people. And what's important to those people, because sometimes there are things that you would take for granted that is very important to that person. And so it's important to make sure that you are giving them what they want to get out of this experience, as well as preserving the family history for everybody else as well. So some people are fine in front of a video camera, others are not. And for that, I would suggest an audio recorder and a digital camera, because you can take a quick picture. You could even sneak into one of those little videos, because most of the digital cameras these days have a video component feature, and you can get a little video of them, you know, in action, and then you can just record them. Most audio recorders are very unassuming, very small. They don't intimidate people, and once you get them comfortable with an audio recorder, they may feel more comfortable in front of a video camera. So it's just, you have to be very sensitive to their needs and their level of comfort, especially since it's your family. You really don't want to make them upset with you, because then you won't get the rest of the family to talk to you. So, and just for basic information, when you do begin interviewing your family members with an audio recorder or a video camera, you always want to get them to state their name, where they were born, what their date of birth was, who their parents were, and that they do consent to the interview. Just a very basic statement. Yes, I know I'm being recorded, and I'm okay with that. Just, you never know. But once you get that basic information, then you can start to get them talking about those things, like, what was your favorite memory from childhood? You know, and that'll lead into things, and you may have a list of questions based on all of your talks with them and visits with them from before, but one question may put them off on a tangent that is just so interesting and fascinating that you may have a difficult time getting back to your list of questions, which means another visit. Make sure you have plenty of batteries, make sure you have plenty of tapes or memory cards or whatever it is that you're using to record and document your family history, because you never know how much you're going to need it